choices and decisions. I think so many times we don't pay attention to how important our choices and decisions are, because the decision that you make now will affect your future. The choices you make now will affect your future. When you're young, you're 16, 17, 18, your parents tell you certain things that you need to do. They might tell you, hey, keep your head in the books. They say stay out of trouble. They might say leave them boys alone. They say that to the girls. They tell the boys, hey, leave them girls alone. And when you tell those kids as teenagers, 16, 17, 18, going on up, the choice they make then will affect their life. Your choice and your decisions. So what happened a lot of times, kids at 14, 15, what they doing? You're having sex. You made a choice. But you think because you made that choice that they're at the end of the day, or you made that decision, that that's the end of it. But you do that, now all of a sudden you get pregnant. Or you get a girl pregnant. Now what happens? Now you're in a position where you're saying, dawg, I didn't want this baby. But what happened? Because of that choice and that decision, an outcome came from it. When your parents tell you, they say, hey, keep your head in the books. Make good grades. Now, if you come from poverty, a poverty environment, you come from a poor family, you live in the hood, you don't have much, you don't have a lot of financial resources, but they tell you keep your head in the books. Why? Because if you make good grades, you can get a scholarship that'll pay for your schooling. But what you do, you make bad grades anyway. Now, when you graduate, you might say you want to go to college, but guess what? Family can't afford it. So let's just say off of that decision, you say, I'm still determined to go to school. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and get financial aid. Right? So now what happens? You end up getting student loan. Now you're in debt. Debt you didn't have to have if you'd have made the correct decision. You might have at the end of the day where you can save your money, invest your money when you're young. You might have a parent telling you, hey man, invest your money. Save your money. Make that dollar turn into two. But you choose not to listen. So you make whatever decision you choose to make off of that. But guess what happens? When you 50 and 60 and 70, you still have to work. But that other person that made the correct decision, guess what happened? They living a good life. They retired at 50. Why? Because of the decision they made. I'm in a position right now where I'm working hard, I'm grinding. I spend a lot of time away from home. I pretty much work 7 days a week. 6 for sure. Most of the time, 7. Why? That's a decision and a choice I make. And with that money, I'm taking anywhere from 20 to 40% of my money and investing it. Why? That choice and decision is gonna pay when I'm 50 and 60 years old. Well, I won't have to work. It's a choice then. All that happened because of a choice and a decision. If at the end of the day, you might be at the corner store. You might be at your job. Let's say you might have a situation when you get into it with somebody. You have a choice to walk away. You have a choice to go back and forth. You have a choice to shoot. Whatever choice and decision you make going to impact your future. What choice did you make? You shoot, doing time. You fight, you might win the fight. Now that person come back and shoot you. Or maybe his homeboy see you fight. Now he shoots you. Guess what happens? Now you behind bars. No, I apologize, you dead. You gone. Why? Choice and decision. Sometimes you gotta look and say, you know what? This not my battle. I'm gonna walk away. Hey man, you got that, man. Have a good day. You got to be able to walk away sometime. That's a choice and a decision. When you get a paycheck and you sit there and tell yourself, hey man, I'm finna drink this money away, I'm gonna smoke this money away. That's a choice and a decision you made, but guess what? There's always gonna be an effect to whatever you cause. So now you don't have the money to pay the electricity. Now no electricity. Now you couldn't pay the mortgage on your home. So guess what? Now you got a foreclosure. Why? Because of a choice and a decision. This is simple what I'm saying. This is very simple what I'm saying. But for some strange reason, we don't understand our choices and our decisions. They decide every single thing that happened in our life. If you're a person, you got your own business. I have my own business. Okay? So me and you are competing. But if every single day I'm out here, I'm promoting my business, I'm talking to other people, I might drive to other cities to get people to know what I got going on. You might see me on social media. You might see me with my own website. I'm promoting. I'm out here with it. But now you have a business and you choose and you decide that I'm not going to put no work in. I have the business, customers come to me. But I choose to fight for the customers. Who you think gonna win? Who you think gonna lose? Our choices and decisions are so important, but we don't pay no attention to that. Let's say you married. Talking about man or woman, either or, it doesn't matter which gender. And at the end of the day, you decide not to appreciate that person you with. Let's say you had something special. What happens then? Now you lose that person. Now you lose that person. But let's say after that, you might not find someone that's near that has that same potential. But what happened? Because of a choice and a decision. This message right here is a very simple message that we get twisted every single day with our lives. Even if you decide to procrastinate, that's a choice and a decision. Procrastination is a choice and a decision. Laziness is a choice and a decision. And we don't even pay attention to that. There are a lot of days where, man, I don't feel like working, but you know what I do? I make a choice and say, hey, man, if I promote my brand, guess what can happen? It can make me more money. There are times where I might say, hey, man, I don't feel like getting up and doing extra promotion. I don't feel like even being on a video, but guess what? I have to do that. That's a choice and a decision I have to make if I want the outcome I want. What decision and choices are you making with your own life? People act like they don't control their own life. You control your life. What choice and decision are you making? You can come from a bad environment, but if you make the correct choices and decisions, I promise you're going to live a better life than most people around you. All off a choice and a decision. So you got to go back and ask yourself, throughout my life, if I love my life, maybe it's because I love the choices and decisions I make. If I'm not so happy with my life, you gotta ask yourself, did you make the best choices and decisions? You probably didn't. That's what we gotta get in our head, figuring that out. Am I making the best choices? Am I making the best decisions? Because without that, you're just wasting your time because it's gonna be messed up. You're gonna live pretty much a rough life. When you graduate, even to graduate, that's a choice and a decision. But once you graduate, right? You work at a job. Let's say you work at a fast food restaurant. You work this job, your schedule say come in at 5. You come in at 5:30. That's a choice and decision you made. You keep doing it, they fire you. You lost your job off a choice and decision. Let's say they don't fire you, they keep you. But now you don't get a raise, you don't get a promotion, right? But then you got a person right next to you. They're supposed to be at 5, they there at 4:45. The manager say, hey man, we behind. Go ahead and clock in early. We need you. Now you got 15 more minutes added to your check. See what I'm saying? Now you keep doing what that supervisor needs you to do. You know what they say? Hey man, we're gonna go ahead and promote you. Let's promote you to the assistant manager position. You become assistant manager, you keep up the same work. You come to work, you well groomed, you nice, you dress real nice, hair on point. And you go to work every day handling your business. What happens then? Now they say, hey man, you know what? We got another store across town. They need a store manager. We need you. Can you be their store manager? You say, okay, cool. Now you become their store manager. When you become their store manager, you still keep the same work ethic. Still go to work, still handle your business, still do what you gotta do. What happened then? Now they tell you, hey man, we might need you to become a general manager. You become a general manager. While doing that, let's say you start investing your money. Why are you been growing up, growing to a general manager? You've been investing your money. So now what happened? Now you have a nice amount of money. You say, hey man, do y'all have any franchises open? I'm trying to buy a franchise. So now you know what you do? You go buy that franchise. Guess what happened? Now you really get into the money. But why you get into that money? Because of your choice and your decision. So if you got an issue with your life, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, man, what choices and decisions I'm making? My name is Sidney Combs. I'm a young entrepreneur from Shreveport, Louisiana with $1 in a dream.